It was New Year's Eve that Kanye West announced that he and Kim are expecting a baby. And according to Us Weekly magazine, Kim and Kanye have reportedly only spent 18 days together since then. That is so pathetic. He's so over you. Likeable schmikeable. He's not gonna marry you. You're already being treated like a baby's mother. Look, I'm calling it the way I see it. And I've been consistent with this. We are 101 days into the new year. Not all. Not all. The few times that they were together, it was Kim who had to travel overseas to see him. All pregnant on the plane and stuff. In the meantime, he's been touring Europe and recording a new album and working on his fashion line. Kim is based in LA. Kim is the one who's pregnant. Kanye, you know, if you were really into her, like she apparently thinks that you are, you have enough money that you could have built if Joe Gorga could build a studio in Jersey for Melissa, you certainly could have built a studio, right? You could have built a studio right there at Kim's house. And also, about that fashion line, that could have been put on hold until the baby is born. The baby's gonna be born like in July or something. And regarding that tour schmore. And people will buy your tour tickets after July. You're supposed to, if you care about her, you're supposed to be with her. That's all. Use a baby's mother in the most ghetto sense. A damn shame. All right, so let's talk about Kim Kardashian's situation. It never gets tiring. Kim apparently finally went to court to address her divorce. There was a settlement conference on Friday, and that's what she wore. Now let's stop at the picture for a moment so we can analyze. I must tell you, I never really believed the thing where they were saying that she's padding up to look bigger. However, as a big girl, I can tell you there are two things that we are not supposed to do unless we're pregnant and not naturally big, like Kim. Nothing shiny and nothing white. So shiny and white together, she's supposed to look like a balloon. I've seen her look bigger. Suzanne, haven't you seen her look bigger in other outfits?
I have seen her look better. She looks fabulous.
She... Rough weekend, Suzanne?
What?
Rough weekend? I'm playing, you look cute. That's the great thing about working, you know, on shows and like in radio and stuff. You can dress any way you want when you go to work. It's got to be fun for the entire... No, it's cute.
This is new.
I said it's cute. It is fancy. Look. Anyway, Kim, I liked your going to court outfit, and I noticed that even though you've gained pregnancy weight, you've still got your cheekbones and you still got your beauty, so. And you look a lot like Courtney there. Anyway, you know we do this show by counting everybody's business. So look, it's been 529 days since she filed for divorce. Now, you know she was married for 72 days. By our count, and you can look at our chart, that's 7 times longer than the marriage itself. I must say, you know, I had high hopes in the beginning of this case that Chris Humphries was going to win and you know, teach the Kardashians and their trickery a thing or two, but he's not going to win. I mean, first of all, Kim has won round one. One of the reasons is that he didn't even show up to court. How are we going to win if we don't show up? Kim and Chris were both required to make the appearance there in LA, but he missed his flight from New York. Damn you, Chris. So the judge was reportedly livid at Chris Humphries. In the meantime, Chris, they say, might be fined for not showing up. An agreement couldn't be reached, so the one good thing about him not showing up is that because they couldn't reach an agreement, now the trial has to be public. And it's set to begin on May 6th. Now, Kim and her lawyers are doing their best to stop it from being televised. Please don't listen to them. Please televise it. It'll be the best TV with a snack ever. Yes. We're back, everyone. And we've got the inside scoop here with the fashion hits and misses from last night's Met Gala here in New York. Please welcome our friend, Diana Madison from HollyScoop.com. So let's just get right into it. All right, we're gonna start with Kim Kardashian and Kanye West.
Now, the theme was punk, chaos to couture. Kim obviously missed the memo on this. Now, this was the second dress she chose. The first dress, they had 5 different alterations, didn't fit her body, so she went with this dress. Now, originally it was supposed to be sleeveless, but her stylist told her that she's put on some weight, her arms look big, so she recommended she wears sleeves. And I think it was hideous. It's like sitting on your grandmother's vintage couch, taking the drapings and putting it on and creating a dress with it. Did you like it?
Listen, they played her good by putting her in that ugly dress. She is so desperate to go to everything, including this Met Gala. Kanye, if he really loved you, Kim, Kanye would have said, look, babe, you stay home. We don't have to kowtow to Anna Wintour and the fashion community. You stay home. I have a fashion line, so you know I have to mingle with these people, but I'll pull a stunt on the red carpet where I send my love to you. But you are so thirsty, Kim, for the limelight, and now they played you. And Kanye looks sadder and madder now than he ever has. I can't wait until she has this baby, and then he dumps her. Because that's what's going to happen. He's not happy. We never talked about Kanye West and his appearance. There's so much lemon in my tea. It is... Ooh, it's so good today. Kanye West did his performance at the Met Gala. You know, he didn't just go there with Kim, but he jumped on stage. He was supposed to be performing, and they wanted, I guess, a hodgepodge of Kanye songs. But according to the New York Post, Kanye annoyed the organizers by performing all of his new music instead of crowd favors that they can sing along to. Which, you gotta give artists a chance to perform their new music. But don't we just want to hear the songs that we already know? That, like, we can sing along? And then, apparently, the criticizing was he put on a bejeweled mask, and he had on a skirt, and he was screaming and ranting and stuff. And, you know, we're so busy talking about Kim, but, you know, Kim, partially, I kind of feel bad for Kim because Kanye does have at least 5 screws loose. You know, Kanye is no handful. He's damaged. I mean, you know, in a weird kind of way, like, good luck to you, Kim. I feel sorry for Kim Kardashian. I know, just the other day we were talking at her. And now all I want to do is soothe her brow and say, it's gonna be okay if we don't make this same decision again, and if you start plotting what you're gonna do. Kim is admitting that Kanye and she are clashing over their relationship. She talked to Fabulous magazine. Such an obvious, great name for a magazine, Fabulous. And she said that she and Kanye differ on how they view privacy. Kim says that they have different priorities because she's happy being in front of the camera. What I do appreciate about her is her honesty, because of course we know she's happy, but that she's admitting it, I appreciate that. She says, but Kanye is more private. And she gave a quote, and here's her quote. Then we'll continue. All right, so Kim says, we live different lives, but I love being open. That's who I've always been, and sharing so much of myself. I love that. That'll never change because that is who I am. It's more about gearing up to protect other people. Well, you know what? Unfortunately, she's stuck with this joker, not for 18 years, but for the rest of her life. No matter what she does, she's stuck with him. Kanye was supposed to be a drive-by. He wasn't supposed to be a keeper. Because Kanye, listen. You've dealt with a man before and realized he's so crazy, and sometimes crazy sex is good, but it's not a keeper, right? I mean, this man never looks happy, and he's stolen the joy from her. She's pregnant right now, and you never see her smiling or being joyfully happy. Have you noticed that in the various pictures? Their body language is always crazy, like they're two miserable people walking around. Kim, you know what you need to do? Honestly, dear heart, you need to just plan for being a single mom. And this is the last thing that you should use your own mother for, because it's time for her to go as Kim's manager. It's time for Kim. I think it's time for Kim to get a manager outside of her family and also reconnect with her family, but not in a business kind of way, in a daughter and auntie and mother kind of way. But the last thing that you need to use your mother for, because she'd be good at this, do your best to put the screws to Kanye so that you co-parent, because I have a feeling he's loopy enough that he's going to try to take the baby just on account of try to take the baby. Remember, he has no family. So, you know, he will, and I've been reading that, and I tend to believe that he's going to put up the fight of all fights. And Kim, you know that co-parenting is the right thing to do. So, and getting pregnant with him is going to be a joyful thing once you see that baby, but he is not the guy that you want to spend the rest of your life with. I am sorry, he is not. So Kim Kardashian isn't due for another few months, but she and Kanye have been feuding about life after the baby. Now, we've been catching up to speed here where we can on Hot Topics, but according to HollywoodLife.com, Kim is furious that Kanye plans on going on world tour as soon as the baby is born. Well, I'd be furious too. I would be, you know, Kim. Wow. Kim and Kanye are also on the cover of this week's In Touch magazine. Now, I'm not going to say a word. I just want you to look at the cover. Well, I am going to say this. The magazine alleges that Kim is worried about Kanye's close friendship with Givenchy designer Riccardo Tisci. That's Riccardo. Very handsome. Well, he's the Givenchy designer who designed that couch drapery ensemble that she wore at the Met Gala. And I will tell you guys that people are buzzing that, you know, the close friendship with Riccardo is one of the reasons that Kanye has spent like 95% of Kim's pregnancy over in Paris. That's where Riccardo lives. And Riccardo recently purchased an apartment a few blocks away from Kanye's here in New York in Soho. Allegedly, according to In Touch Weekly magazine. And inside, they say that if this is possibly the most humiliating thing that Kim has ever been through. And I'm like, really? All the stuff you've been through and all the tricks you've performed, and this is gonna bother you? Girl, please. Kim and Kanye are having a baby girl. But the rest of the story is so... All right, first of all, let me play you this clip, because the rest of the story just takes a disgusting turn. All right, so hit the clip, and then we'll talk.
All right, we're gonna have to look around for the sex.
Do you see a little pee-pee?
I don't see any pee-pees.
It would definitely take after his father, so you would see it.
See, here's looking at the genital region again. I'm thinking it's a girl.
How exciting.
Girl? Oh my gosh. What's the percentage?
99 plus.
99 plus, so I can tell people it's a girl.
I'm so excited we're having a girl. Who doesn't want a girl? Like, they're the best. And I know that's really what Kanye has always wanted. He wanted a little girl.
Sweet. Congratulations. So the other part of the story is that, of course, you saw that Kanye was noticeably absent there. Kim's stepfather is reporting something that you should just leave to Hot Topics, Bruce. You were talking way too much. Bruce Jenner, the stepfather, told Extra that Kanye hasn't been around much during the pregnancy. Now, see, I just feel as though this is a whole violation of Kim. Like, leave it to Hot Topics to do speculation. And The Inquirer, and Extra, and Entertainment Tonight, and The View's Hot Topics, and Regis, and Kelly and Michael, leave it to us to speculate. But when we hear it from the horse's mouth, it's kind of first of all, you take our jobs away, Bruce. But second of all, it's like in violation of something very personal to the family. Like, so he said that he added that he only met Kanye once. Are you gagging? I am gagging. And then Brody Jenner, you know, the hot one with Jenner written down his side. Brody said he's never met Kanye. And that's the stepbrother to Kim. Kanye is absentee. Thank you for confirming, Bruce. By the way, Kanye, you know, the baby shower was yesterday, Kim's, because the baby's due in July. And Kanye ended up attending the baby shower in his Saturday finest. Black man walking around like that in Calabasas. That's something waiting to happen. Anyway, so he didn't want to go originally because he thought he'd be the only guy there, which is weird because usually if you are the only guy, it's because you are the father, Kanye. Anyway, and Kim was dressed in all white for the event. Take a look, there's the aerial shot. That's Kim in the middle. And then there are some other people that were there that we know, including Kelly Osbourne. There's Kelly. And Mel B. Spice. There's Mel B. And Nene Leakes was there as well. Nene, I like your dress. Okay.
Let's talk about Kanye West and Kim Kardashian and their relationship because he's talking now. He did an interview with the New York Times. And Kanye in the interview says that he doesn't want to talk to America about his family. It's a little late for that. He also says that this is my baby, this isn't America's baby. Well, unfortunately, Kim belongs to America, and so the baby belongs to us too, because she's put it out there like that long before you were with her, Kanye. So, like it or not, sorry. Kanye also is revealing in this article that he'll never appear again on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. He says he doesn't have an issue with the show. His issue is with all the backlash he's gotten. Backlash, to me, I took that as, okay, this is Jay-Z and Beyonce, and baby Blue screaming from the nursery, Uncle Kanye, you're wifing that. I mean, you know, and you can imagine, you know, all of his homies, and then those who are judging based on his brilliant music career, and wow, Kim K, really? You can imagine that people are really giving him the business, and he's the type person, he intimated in this article, he does care about what people think about him. So, you know, because if he didn't care what people thought about him, and he really did love Kim the way he says he does, then he would do what makes her happy, and what makes her happy is going along with that damn reality show, right? There was one of the Keeping Up with the Kardashian shows where he redid her closet. Do you remember watching that episode? I didn't see that episode. I only saw the episode where the Dash store downtown was empty, and he walked in, and it was empty, and Kim was standing there, and she said, Mr. West is in the building. And the way she ended building with, duh, I said, uh-oh. What are they doing when we're not looking? In the building. Anyway, we'll be watching the relationship, unfortunately, Kanye, because Kim likes it that way. We're all sucked in, and even though you might want to be under the radar, you're about 9 months too late. You should have worn a condom. There is a new bombshell Kim and Kanye scandal going on, and it is really, I mean, either it's a slow news day, or this is really the story that you care about. I think it's a combination of both, secretly speaking. I think that, you know, at this particular point, the Kardashian family is so famous that even people who you would think wouldn't care, like maybe your great-great-grandmother or your smart brother who is, you know, Supreme Court Justice, oh, they all care. They just don't have time to care, so that's what I'm here for, to break it down. Look. So this young lady right here, I just want to show you again. She's a 24-year-old Canadian, a French-Canadian model. Her name is Layla. She's swirly and good though, right? Okay, so Layla is claiming that she had sex with Kanye while Kim was pregnant. Well, she told her story to Star Magazine. I reckon she probably got a nice six-figure deal for that story. Layla told her story to Star Magazine. She said that Kanye spotted her at one of his concerts. She was in the audience dancing to Mercy. Kim down on the floor. No, this is what she told the Star, right? She's dancing to Mercy, that's his song, and Kim is up in the VIP box, oblivious to everything going on. Well, he spots her dancing to Mercy and sends his people over to get her, and he starts pursuing her. So allegedly, they had sex on 2 different occasions. And Kanye even tried to meet up with her as recent as last week. This is what she's alleging. This is the story that Layla is telling to the Star. Layla claims that Kanye told her that he was only with Kim for publicity and that it was nothing serious. This is all being alleged and said by this girl to the Star. Kim's publicist says that the cheating story isn't true. Well, I hate to say this, but I believe this girl, Layla. I think that Kim, at this particular point, and Kanye, just learn how to co-parent because that's the best you're going to get out of him, Kim. Then again, the way you got him is the way it is right now because it's alleged that she cheated on Reggie with Kanye. It's alleged that she's cheated on Chris Humphries with Kanye. And like we always say, how you get him is how you lose him or how you keep him. So, Kanye might be fun for a one-night stand or an evening out or something like that, but now that she's having the baby, he's a keeper, and he's so, in my mind, like so damaged up here, you know, and then Kim, you know, you're getting the press that you always dreamed of, girl. Yeah. In the meantime, the swirly girl up in Canada, I'm sure she's just the first of many. Look, there she is. Although I do have to say this, when Kim does get her body back, you know she looks way better than this right here. It's just that Kanye's already been there and done that, so he's bored with it at this particular point. Kanye has not issued a statement, but Kanye, how you doing?
Kim and Kanye have finally named their baby, and you've probably heard, oh, you're laughing. Oh, well, I guess I stand alone. I find nothing wrong with them naming their baby girl Northwest. Am I the only one? Okay, I'm the only one. No, let me stand alone. It was the big scuttlebutt at the nail salon and the diner in Jersey this weekend. Since I'm feeling better, I'm out and about, I'm doing the things that I love. I got acupuncture, I got cupping, and apparently I had a lot of mess in me. Look how dark my cup mark is, right? The darkest ever. The cupping is where they pull all the toxins out of you, and I've gotten it before, except it hasn't been that dark. So, you know, the sick, it's all coming out. Anyway, look. So I'm at the nail salon and I'm talking to the girls and I'm at the diner and I'm talking, you know, in my town. Everybody was coming up talking about, what do you think about the name? Everybody had their nose all tuned up. I'm still the only one who stands alone. I find nothing wrong with the baby's name being Northwest. I think it's kind of cute. But this is from a woman who, after laying on bed rest for 9 months and suffering several miscarriages to have my little Kevin, the baby was gonna be named Kevin whether it was a boy or girl. I had it. And furthermore, you know my marital name is Hunter. I was thinking about going there and Hunter. But there's no middle name, so Northwest. They're gonna call the little girl Nori for short. Why does she need a short name? Why can't you just call her North? I think it's cute. But I thought about it and what I was going to say to you guys today, because clearly I stand alone with liking this name, and that's okay. I'm scouring on my Facebook page, seeing what people are saying. Everybody's dissing, left, right. Finally, I came across the comment that co-signs with me. And this is what this person said from my Facebook. What's the difference between a kid named Northwest or Blue Ivy Carter and a kid named Bumquita or Aquanetta? Hold on, because this does make sense. North and Blue won't ever have to fill out a job application. Please get over it. Who cares what these billionaires name their children? It's the thousandaires that need to do better. And that's exactly what I wanted to share with you. You know, until we can do better in naming our kids, I see nothing wrong with Northwest. As a matter of fact, didn't she say on Jay Leno that she was at first thinking about naming the little girl Easton, so it would be East and West? I like that too. I like that also. But in other news regarding these two, according to the New York Daily News, Kanye is close to popping the question. Jay-Z reportedly told Kanye that being married is more fulfilling than being a baby's daddy. Yeah, being married to Beyonce is more fulfilling. Another quick short comment and then we're going to move on. I don't believe that thing that we're reading about he gave her a black diamond. I don't believe that they're going to be getting married in September. I don't believe that they're ever going to get married. I think that this relationship is done. In my mind, this is Kris Kardashian, Jenner, putting that out there to make it seem like her daughter is not a baby's mother, which is what it amounts to. And I could be wrong, and if I am, let it be known today, Monday, June 24th, if I am wrong and they actually get married, I will eat crow right here on this stage with a lot of hot sauce. As long as it's cooked by somebody who knows what they're doing, like Wolfgang Puck or Bobby Flay or somebody. No, I don't think they're going to get married. Nice try, Chris. Here goes Kim. Piping up. She's always had this relationship with the paparazzi that has made her famous, but now all of a sudden she's biting the hand that feeds her, and it's a little too late for that. So here she goes, going off on Twitter, claiming that the paparazzi made threats against her. You ready? Here she goes. I wouldn't let the Paps get a pic of me today, and they threatened my life and said if I continued to block shots, then they will make my world dangerous to live in. How dare they threaten my life and my unborn child? This has gotten way out of control. I wish I could say I feel sorry or bad. But this is the life she asked for. Look at them surrounding herself like she's a gorilla in a cage. That's horrible. It's horrible, but it's what she asked for. And wait until the baby shows up and you're trying to nap. Do you remember when you first had your baby, how you could barely take the groceries out of the basket? And we're just like regular people shopping in Jersey. But do you remember going to the grocery store? Okay, so you're a new mom and it's like one of your first outings out with the baby and you got the baby in the baby basket, but you also got, you know, $100 worth of groceries right here and you need your keys. That's when I was big on fanny packs. Remember? And I still love my fanny packs, but now that my boy is old enough to do security, I don't need to carry him like that anymore. But I used to be so paranoid. Now Kim's gonna be dealing with the paparazzi, the baby, the groceries, just wait until you see what it's like when you become a mother. You need to get off of reality TV. You are, I think a clothing line from behind the scenes would be great for her. A baby, you know, a children's clothing line or something like that. Plus she's making all that money doing all that other stuff. You're never, and let's not talk about all the drama that's gonna unravel between you and Kanye because of those cameras. Anyway, enough about that. Kim and Kanye, they haven't made a public appearance since their daughter North was born 10 years ago, which, excuse me. 10 days ago. Which I was the only one in our producers meeting this morning who found that perfectly normal. I'm siding with Kim on this one. Are you kidding me? For those of us who've had babies, did you leave the house 10 days before? I was so paranoid about being a new mother and trying to figure this all out. And I didn't have postpartum, but I think that I had a little touch of insecurity, just, you know, those secret tears. You go in your
you go in your closet and you close the door and you sit behind the long robe section so nobody sees you, and you sit on the floor and you cry. Like, I had those, and I didn't leave the house either, so I didn't find this weird. And as far as Kanye leaving the house, Kanye, I'm sure, has probably left the country by now. I mean, the house. Anyway, but no, they're not hiding out purposefully. Actually, the word is that, according to the Daily Mail, they have moved into that mother, Kris Jenner's house. They've moved into Kris's house reportedly because Kim and Kanye have been renovating their home, and it won't be ready for another 6 weeks. So they're staying with Kris's house, which, you know, no matter what kind of mother you have, you know, if possible, if she's halfway decent, she's the best one to kind of be with you for those first, like, 90 days easily after you have a baby. She's the one who teaches you how to, you know, express the milk or check the temperature of this. And particularly if you have a preemie, like Kim has the preemie. So she, you know, it's not like if you have a baby till full term and you can pick them up and, you know, whoa, 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 and, you know, do things with them. You know, with a preemie, you know, they just lay and you look and, you know, you get nervous. You know what I mean? So I don't expect her to be out of the house for another 10 days easily, and I find nothing weird about that. Anyway, my co-hosts were probably getting dressed and in the shower and commuting here to the studio, so you guys might not have heard, but I'm sure you've heard that Kim and Kanye are now engaged. Wow. Yes, well, he proposed to her in a grand fashion, because, of course, everything's got to be grand. He proposed to her last night on Kim's 33rd birthday in front of her family and her friends. He rented out the entire San Francisco Giants stadium. And he got down on one knee, a 15-carat ring. Kris gave her 20, but, you know, a 15-carat ring. I'm just saying. And the Jumbotron flashed the words, "Please marry me." And then the orchestra started playing, and then the fireworks exploded. Aren't those really nice outdoor heaters? Aren't they? I mean, as heaters go, they're gorgeous. So congratulations. I don't know anything about a date, but I do know what I said, and I'm gonna stick to it. I've always said that Kim and Kanye will never get married. And I said if they do get married, I will eat crow. Right here on this show. I've got the evidence. Go ahead. I'm a woman of my word. I could be wrong, and if I am, let it be known today, Monday, June 24th, if I am wrong and they actually get married, I will eat crow right here on this stage with a lot of hot sauce. As long as it's cooked by somebody who knows what they're doing, like Wolfgang Puck or Bobby Flay or somebody. Well, it's not illegal to eat crow. That would have been my out. I can't. It's illegal. Crow is a delicacy in Lithuania. They make it one of two ways. They either boil it. Well, first of all, what they do, they don't pluck the feathers off. They pull the whole skin off so the feathers come off. And then they boil it with their favorite spices, or they slow cook it in the crock pot all day. I don't know how I'm gonna eat it, but heck, I've eaten squirrel here on the show. Remember when the Robertsons from Duck Dynasty came, so I guess crow won't be bad. It's probably tangy like old meat though, and a little tough. But remember, an engagement is not a wedding, so for now, I don't have to eat crow. And can I just make a stipulation on this? I will eat it on the 73rd day of them being married. You know, quite honestly, I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I feel like the wedding won't actually happen because he's on tour right now. So, you know, anything for ticket sales and anything for publicity for both of them. I just, you know, an engagement is not a wedding. That's all I'm saying. And if they do get married, Jay-Z and Beyonce, please be out of town. Like, please, Beyonce, you have elevated yourself to a different status through hard work and talent. You are friends with the Obamas. Now, please do not be at this wedding. It's like slumming for you. It's like, I mean, yeah, I said it. Okay, no, and you don't have to agree with me, co-host. You know, we say it like we mean it here. Clap if you think that it would be slumming. Clap if you would like to see Beyonce not just at the wedding, but a bridesmaid. Clap.
one random girl. I just don't want to see them together. I don't want to see any more pictures like this. This is like the only picture that they have of all four of them together. Let's keep it that way. But congratulations to you, Kim. Boy, you're gonna get it now. I mean, you're gonna be really trapped with him. And Kanye, boy, are you gonna get it. And it's just gonna make for great hot topic discussion. So I guess all around I'm happy, except about that crow thing. Congratulations. So about Kim and Kanye, you know, they just got engaged. She posted the picture of her ring, and it's 15 carats. More importantly, I like her nails. You know, those stiletto nails are so, at first I really liked them. I thought they were really hot. You know, that's when you file your nails into a point and then you throw all kinds of crafts from, like the crafting beads and rhinestones and stuff. Everything but the kitchen sink, that might be on there too. The younger girls do it. I was jealous at first though, because my nails are so soft. I can't get any of that gel manicure, no more tips for me. I've been wearing tips since I was in high school. And so when I saw Kim's nails, I was like, wow. Because you know, the Kardashians, they try to be on trend. So I guess the new trend is going shorter and square, is that it? Yeah. So my fingers are finally back in style. Good. I like to do my own nails, it's so soothing. Do you ever do your own nails? Yeah, you pull out your nail kit. I don't even know why I have a nail kit because I only put one color on my nails. And then I was trying to think, when's the last time I actually put a color on my nails instead of my usual pink wash by Orly's. I like to wear this one. And I said, I haven't had color on my nails since August. I haven't done it once this season on the show, and I'm gonna keep it going. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because clear matches everything. Hey, right? Anyway, Kim and Kanye aren't wasting any time making plans for baby number 2. I think this is a good idea. According to Radar Online, Kim reportedly doesn't think it makes sense to lose all of her pregnancy weight just to gain it back again. So I think this is a great idea. You know, shout out to everybody who has what they call the Irish twins, you know, where the kids are only like 4 months apart. This is the smartest thing ever. You have all your kids at one pop, and then you lose all your weight. You go in for your mommy makeover, tune-up or whatever, and then you go on about your business. That's a very smart. So reportedly, she wants to get together or get pregnant as soon as possible. I still wonder whether he'll marry her. An engagement is one thing. But a marriage is a whole nother. You know, the timing of this engagement, you know, the Keeping Up with the Kardashian cameras were in that stadium, you know, filming for the show, every angle. You know, he's on tour right now, prancing around as Yeezus. Which that's a turnoff to a lot. It's a turnoff to me. It's a turnoff to a lot of people. So I guess having love and getting engaged is supposed to soften the blow and make it more appealing. I don't know. I question whether they'll get married or not, you know? Anyway, Kanye used to Photoshop himself into the Kardashians' family pictures. So if she marries him, it's like she's marrying the killer stalker. I mean, would that flatter you, or would that make you question his mental stability? That would make me question him, like there's nothing flattering about a man who obsesses with you to that degree. That's scary. And he's told us this through the TV, that he used to Photoshop himself before he was part of the family into the family pictures. How strange, right? She's sleeping with the enemy. This is like a Lifetime movie. Well, good luck, you all. Mm-hmm. Does diet iced tea go with crow? What would be the wine pairing? Red wine or white wine when you eat crow? Red? Probably red. Because I think I might have to eat some crow. And I might need a little wine to digest it. Do you remember when you said vodka? Remember why I told you I might have to eat crow? Do you remember? If Kim and Kanye get married, and I'm a woman of my word, okay. So it hasn't happened yet, but reportedly they've set the wedding date for May 24th in Paris. That's a Saturday, which means that if they actually do get married, don't call up a chef yet, Hot Topics. If this wedding actually happens and we actually see it on the E! News and we actually see evidence of it, then that Monday morning I will have to eat crow. Oh, no. gonna eat it with Miracle Whip and hot sauce just to bury the taste. And I'm only gonna eat a little. I didn't say I was gonna eat a lot of it, but Jay-Z and Beyonce reportedly will not be at the wedding if the reality cameras are rolling. Something tells me Beyonce won't be there whether they roll or not. Beyonce does not want to be associated with that mess. And Jay-Z has to be associated just out of obligation to his friend Kanye. They're not gonna have to go to the wedding because Jay-Z and Kanye would not choose friendship over the publicity of reality cameras and a free wedding on E. You know what I mean? That's the kind of people they are. So Jay-Z and Beyonce won't be there, which I think is probably the right thing to do. I don't think that says anything about their friendship. I think that speaks volumes to his choice in wives and the family and stuff. Reportedly, E wants to pay for the wedding, and then it'll be seen on TV. I wonder how Bruce is gonna show up. What hairstyle is he gonna wear? How's he gonna feature his shaved Adam's apple? What color will his nails be? How will he walk? What will he wear? So May 24th. No word on why they picked that. Why did they pick that date? Because it rhymes with North? May 24th North. May 24th North. I don't know. But anyway, it's gonna be happening in Paris. And so, you know, if they do, I'll eat the crow. I picture Crow having a bit of bitterness too, and I can't really equate it with anything much, but I also picture it being very tough, you know? But put it with the vodka, I'll be good. Stupid. I'm the same person who loves liver without gravy, and I don't need bacon. I love liver, and I have a strange palate, so I might eat the crow and actually like it and need the recipe. That little Ray J is something else. Kim and Kanye's wedding is allegedly less than a week away. I don't know. I mean, that's what people are saying. Kim's sex tape with Ray J, well, what he's going to give them for a wedding gift, according to TMZ, Ray J is giving them a check for $47,000. That's 4 months of Ray J's profits from the sex tape. Well, they say that Kim makes like $50,000 a month from it. I mean, let's remember where this all she became famous for lying on her back. And Ray J might be mad because she became more famous than him for lying on her back. There might be a little bit of bitterosity there, but you know what? I like that he's gonna give that check. The thing is that Kanye would probably tear it up, you know, and throw it away. But you know how the Kardashians are, anything for money. I'm sure Kim will keep the check. Kim will keep the check. If I were Kanye, though, what I would do is, and you have the money to do this, Kanye, this is what a man would do, who's gonna marry Kim Kardashian. You buy the rights to the sex tape and you make sure that it's never shown anywhere again. I mean, that is what a true gentleman would do. The mother of your daughter, that is what should be done. I don't know whether the marriage will survive this summer. I'm not sure. I think that he would hold on to the marriage at all costs because, you know, on account of he doesn't have family. You know, so this is his new family. She, I could see her moving on. I don't know why. The unfortunate thing is that, you know, I told you guys that I will eat crow if the marriage lasts for... You miss a day, you miss a lot on this messy show. I said this months ago, you know, when I found out that they were together as a couple, and then I think they got engaged, and I said, they won't get married. They won't really get married. Okay, if they get married, then I'll eat crow. Now, I don't know who makes crow. I have no idea where we'd even get a crow. Do they sell crow at the Grand Union? Do they sell crow at the stores? Anyway, but here's my caveat, and I've got the tape. I've got proof. We keep a log of the tape here. We'll show you. 72 days is what she was with Chris Humphries, correct? Yes. So I said that I will eat crow on the 73rd day. The problem is, no, I'm a woman of my word. Here's the problem though. If they get married this weekend, then the 74th or third day will be sometime in August, so I won't be here, we'll be on hiatus. but I am a woman of my word. On September 15th is the start of the 6th season of The Wendy Show. And on that day, I will eat the crow. That's all. Good luck with you all's marriage. Oh, anyway, we're back, and Kim and Kanye, while they got married the other weekend, it's still the story that keeps on giving. I must tell you, I love the flower wall. And I don't know how many wedding dresses she wore on account of, I don't really care about weddings. Yours, mine, theirs. I told you I'm a justice of the peace girl, but I don't know which particular wedding dress it was that she wore, but one where she showed us her back shot and it dipped down low, and that right there. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And, all right, so there were a bunch of people there, but certainly wasn't who I'm sure she wanted to really be there, like Jay-Z and Beyonce. They both skipped the wedding. Beyonce got her summertime braids and they went to the Hamptons. They spent the weekend in the Hamptons. Perfect. Rachel Roy was there, the clothing designer, who allegedly was at the center of the elevator fiasco. On another note, it's really big that Ryan Seacrest was not there. Considering he put the Kardashians on the map, well, actually she did with Ray J on her back. But then, he's the one who produces the reality show, so it says a lot that Ryan Seacrest wasn't there. It's like laughable a lot, I mean. And then Mario Lopez wasn't there, and he was invited. Now, this is like right in his wheelhouse of stuff he'd do, go to the Kardashians' wedding. The idea that Mario Lopez didn't go is a silent diss. To the Kardashian, Kanye. And then the stepbrother, Brody Jenner, as you know, was not there because it's alleged that he did not get a +1. As the stepbrother, I do believe in +1s, and certain people don't need to get +1s when you're invited someplace, whether it's a party, whether it's my house, whether it's a wedding or something like that. But this is the brother. This is Bruce's son. And he wasn't allowed to bring his +1. But I think the biggest drama that overshadowed the whole wedding, in my opinion, is that Rob Kardashian bailed before the wedding, or Jenner, or Kardashian bailed. Well, there's Rob. He flew back to LA right before the ceremony. Reportedly, he had a meltdown because the family was allegedly fat-shaming him. Well, he's gained a significant amount of weight, and he's doing his best to try to lose the weight. I have no idea why he's held on to the weight for so long, because every once in a while, the paparazzi does see him going into the gym and stuff. They say his heart is still broken over his ex-girlfriend, Rita Ora. I don't believe that. I think that Rob has just been damaged by that woman that he calls mom, and the way... And those people that he calls family that are so caught up in their images, you know what I mean? On another note, I heard that Bruce, the entire time walking down the aisle, and even when he gave her away and stood in the front, he was crying like a woman and had a handkerchief in his hand, like the whole time, like just crying and making these really weird sounds. So I don't know what that was all about. All I know is that if the wedding survives the marriage, the 73 days, I did promise you that I will eat the crow. Now I believe there's 3 days down, so I have like 70 more days. Unfortunately, we won't be here in 70 days, right? We're going on summer vacation. But don't worry, the first day of our new season, September 15th, I'll bring my hot sauce and bring my fork, and we'll get a chef to make me some crow, if they're still married. About this crow thing. All right, it was the second biggest question to me of the summer, after how you doing? Are you ready to eat the crow? Are you gonna eat the crow? Yes, I'm a woman of my word, Listen, I was skeptical that they'd get married. And then when they get married, I said, well, I'll eat crow if it lasts for more than 72 days, which is the time that she was married to Hump. Anyway, Chris Humphries. All right, I'll remind you, and then we can talk. Go ahead. I could be wrong, and if I am, let it be known today, Monday, June 24th, if I am wrong and they actually get married, I will eat crow right here on this stage. But remember, an engagement is not a wedding, so for now, I don't have to eat crow. And can I just make a stipulation on this? I will eat it on the 73rd day of them being married. Reportedly, they've set the wedding date for May 24th in Paris. What would be the wine pairing, red wine or white wine, when you eat crow? Red? Probably red. Because I think I might have to eat some crow, and I might need a little wine to digest it. If the wedding survives the marriage, the 73 days, I did promise you that I will eat the crow. Now, I believe there's 3 days down, so I have like 70 more days. Now, I don't know who makes crow. I have no idea where we'd even get a crow. Do they sell crow at the Grand Union? On September 15th is the start of the 6th season of The Wendy Show. And on that day, I will eat the crow. You're the worst. Okay, so just because they're still married doesn't mean that they're happy. That's all I'm saying. But Kim and Kanye are still married, so later on in the show, I'll be eating crow, and my co-host, in case you're wondering what that deliciousness you smell in the air is, that's the crow. You smell it? All the garlic and onions. Anyway. Last season on the show, I made a bet that Kim and Kanye's marriage wouldn't last longer than 72 days. And I told you, if it did, I'd eat crow. That's an expression we use. That's not really something we're supposed to do. But I lost the bet, so here to cook up some crow is gourmet chef Kevin Burrows. Kevin, welcome to the show. Do people really eat crow?
People really do eat crow. There are actually clubs in the United States of people that hunt and eat crow and put up recipes online. And then there's other countries like Lithuania that definitely has a history of eating crow.
They're the ones who say that it increases potency, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, all right, so...
It's not all bad.
Yes, yes. This right here is a crow. Now, you've removed the wings, but the legs are still on?
The little bit of legs are still on, yes, and the wings have been lopped off.
Okay.
You know, it's a very tough meat. It flies around a lot. It's very active. So what we've decided to do is we're going to do a gumbo with this crow.
Okay.
So that will really soften it up. We're going to cook it for a long time. You know, but you want to be careful. It is a wild animal. This has been It's been hunted, so you want to make sure that you get the shot out of it. You want to make sure you cook it long enough because you want to make sure that you actually get rid of,
We had a Wendy watcher who's in Utah right now. You know, in Utah, this is crow hunting season, believe it or not, September. So there are plenty of crows, and he killed it and sent it over here.
So what we're going to do is we're going to try to add as much flavor into this as we can. First of all, I've actually rendered out bacon, hardwood smoked bacon.
Thank you. Everything tastes better with bacon.
It's going to add a nice little flavor. I've taken the bacon out, and right now I'm frying off one of the breasts. We want to get a little brown on this.
Now hold on, because I thought they said crow is too tough for grilling or frying.
It is.
Okay.
We're giving it an initial cooking here, just so that we can give it some extra flavor when it actually cooks long and slow. Now this bacon fat will be part of our roux, our thickening agent. So we then add into this equal parts of flour, and we're going to cook that long and slow until we get a really nice mahogany color to it. This is going to be our thickening agent. Now to this, at this point, we're going to add in all of our aromatics. The Southerners call the Holy Trinity. That is onions, peppers, and celery.
Yes.
We're going to mix that really well. We're going to coat everything.
How long did you cook this?
This has been cooking for 4 hours.
Okay.
Long and slow.
So it should be tender and delicious.
It should be tender and delicious. And it actually is. We're gonna add in some garlic into this. We're gonna let that cook for a while. And then once that's actually softened up and sweated, then we're gonna add in all of our flavor components.
Is this okra?
That is okra. I'll get
That's my worst vegetable, but...
You know what? But
you know what?
we're gonna add in some tomato paste. We're gonna add some Worcestershire sauce.
Okay.
Which actually gives a really nice depth of flavor. Okay. I've got some dried thyme. You always want to rub your dry ingredients to get out the
they're saying
speed
it up.
All of the oils. And then I've got pepper, salt, basil leaves, bay leaves.
You are really serious with this.
I'm dead serious with this. This is gonna be delicious. Now you're gonna, you slowly start to whisk in some liquids so that it gets thick. And at that point, this is what we're left with. And then we're gonna add in our meats. We're gonna re-enter the bacon and all of our crow meat that we've actually already cooked off.
You didn't even cut the crow breast up. Is it just gonna fall apart?
I'm gonna cut it up eventually.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna slow cook this for at least an hour.
Okay.
And then eventually we're gonna add in like stewed tomatoes. This is actually pickled okra that I've cut up. I've rinsed it off, so it's not quite as pickly, but it's gonna add a nice tang.
Okay.
We're gonna let that cook for another like 2 or 3 hours until it's tender.
To it.
And at this point, we're just gonna add in some filet powder, which is traditional with, it's dried sassafras. It's been ground up.
Sassafras?
Yes, sassafras.
Okay.
And we're gonna add some green onions. And at this point, we're ready to eat your crow, Wendy.
Oh, wait. They gave me a nice big container.
We got it.
Oh, God.
Now, I have paired this with a nice Napa Pinot Noir.
You can tell I'm a real fatty.
And we have our hot sauce.
My mouth is watering over this. Okay. It's got a nice consistency.
Yeah.
I can taste the iron in it. Mm-hmm. Well, they say a crow has more iron than anything, and it tastes kind of like chicken liver. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not so bad. And I forgot to use the hot sauce. Well, there you go. I'm a woman of my word. Absolutely. Thank you, Kevin, for stopping by. Just because they're still married doesn't mean they're happy. We're watching you for the next 73 days, Kardashian West. You want the recipe? Go to wendyshow.com. Anyway, we always hear that Kanye is the controlling one with he and Kim, but this time she's put the foot down and laid down the law. Kim reportedly has banned Kanye from reaching out to his ex Amber Rose after her split with Wiz Khalifa, of which I don't even know why that would be a discussion. It would just be a given you won't be reaching out to some damn ex. Especially one that, well, you know, when Amber and Kanye were together, it was Kim and Kanye alleged to have cheated on Reggie. Okay, wait. Kim was with Reggie, and Kanye was with Amber. Kanye and Kim cheated. So, with that in mind, I'm sure that pissed Kim off, and she will always have a bad one for Amber, because had that cheatation not have happened, then perhaps, oh hell, you understand what I'm saying, right? I say all that to say, yeah, Amber is a threat. Not because she wants Kanye back, because nobody wants that madman back after all the madness he's done, but just maybe a one-night, you know, hump and dump. to get back at Kim, and then you leave your earring in the backseat of the car, and maybe your lipstick on his collar, and then maybe you call, you know, the paparazzi so that they see you getting out of his car. You know what I mean? And then Kim also doesn't want Kanye doing music with Rita Ora in the studio. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, why not? Well, if you dial back and remember, Rob Kardashian and Rita Ora used to date. Rita Ora is being accused of the one that broke his heart so terribly, which, you know, is one of the reasons they say that he's gained so much weight. He put on his social media, Rob Kardashian did, that Rita cheated on him at least 20 times. Well, her last name is Aura, and that could rhyme with Rita. I didn't say it, dear. They did. But I don't blame. Then it was a discussion in Hot Topics. Okay, how can she tell him who to work with and who not? I'll tell you how. She's the wife. Number one. Number two, a paycheck to work with Rita Ora is not gonna make or break our family finances. Happy wife, happy life. I said don't do it, don't. Right? And even if he wasn't thinking about cheating on either one of those two women, you know, just in general, you know, sometimes people stray, especially when they're halfway around the world in a recording studio while your wife is back in Calabasas with baby North, you know? Or maybe Kim has cheated perhaps in the past so much that she knows how it goes down. You know how like it's... Anyway, I agree with Kim on this one. A lot of you all might be still saying, who is Rita Ora? Well, Rita Ora has a song with Iggy Azalea now. Is that the Widow song?
Black
No,
Widow.
oh, we like that song on Z100. We like the Widow song, and then that song is gonna be in 50 Shades of Grey. Is that, no, Rita's gonna be in 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
But she's not playing the girl, she's playing somebody else. But anyway, so that's a little bit about Rita Ora. And then she was the face of a Material Girl, Madonna and Madonna's daughter's clothing line. So now you know who she is, Rita Ora. All right, let's move along. Well, for the first time in the history of our show, our website was crashed yesterday at wendyshow.com. Thanks, Kim Kardashian. It was her fault, yes. People went on the website, people wanted to see my opinion of what I thought about this paper magazine cover and then the other cover and, well, and the pictures inside, by the way. Take a look at the pictures inside. We didn't show these yesterday because I didn't know. Okay, let me tell you what that is. That is full areola, full nipple, fully shaven vajayjay. I mean, like nothing on. This is not even artistic, it's just, ta-da! What do you think about this? I mean, I think, quite frankly, she started off with a full dress on. Then she let the dress drop little by little by little. So it was like a series of 4 pictures until we finally ended up with the full frontal one, you know, showing everything. I think, what kind of man would push his already wealthy wife, successful and popular wife out there in a position like this? I know that he didn't make the decision to do it, but certainly, you know, when you're married, that's a partnership. It's not called obey, it's just called agreeing so that we don't, you know, have a fight. What kind of man agrees to this? A man, Kanye West and his special friend Ricardo Tucci? Yes, girl, yes, yes. The purpose of her doing this is that she wanted to show off her weight loss because apparently there are people that give her a hard time when she's walking around the street saying that her behind looks ridiculous or, you know, and sometimes her boobs do look long. I said that just the other day. But apparently they're not long at all. When you remove the W's, you see that good boobs, you know. Ironically, it was the guys around the Wendy staff, the majority of them were like, ew, I'm over it, I'm over it. And I'm like, really? Can you be an objective hater? I think she looks terrific. Clap if you think she looks terrific. But I also think that this is yet another pathetic, desperate cry for us to look. And like I was saying to you yesterday, many of you all are caught up in, well, she's a mother now. She's a mother. Like I said, poor little North. But I'm not thinking about North because in my mind, North is being trained to be like her mother. Eventually. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. I'm thinking about Kanye. Like, who does that? And then that mother, you know, who probably was right there with Kanye talking about, yes, as she's taking her clothes off. And now I feel like there's nothing left for Kim to do, you know, other than just go someplace. But of course she won't. and you'll still be watching. But here's the thing. She came to light by doing a sex tape. I thought that she was working hard to remove herself from how we originally found her. You know, booty up, face down with Ray J. But in fact, what she's now done is she's all reminded us that she has slorish ways and that she is a cheap $3 bill. Yeah, I said it. Clap if you feel as though there's nothing wrong with her doing this. Okay. 3 people, one of them's a man. Yes, sir. Anyway, beautiful girl, dumb choices. Let's move on. Another day of the tea being so hot, it'll take the whole hour for me to get to sip it. Anyway, and then Kim, K, West. I don't know what to say. Kim spent Thanksgiving with her family. The problem is that not the most important part of her family, because it should be her husband and her daughter. Instead, she's with those people at that woman's house. Actually, I think they had it at what's her name's? Chloe's house, yeah. And Kim and North were at Chloe's with everybody else, and Kanye was in Paris, probably with his special friend. You know, the Tucci man from Givenchy. Ricardo Tucci. You know that's his special friend, girl. I mean, you. Here's my thought about the holidays. You might not agree, but I just feel there are certain times of the year that you have to go out of your way and break your back to be with your significant other and your children. I mean, if they weren't married, maybe it wouldn't be a big deal. If they didn't have North, maybe it wouldn't be a big deal, you know, but this is their first Thanksgiving holiday season as a married couple. North, this is only her second Thanksgiving. And I understand if Kanye doesn't want to be with that woman and those sisters and all that mess, but that's where you start your own Thanksgiving tradition. So you go back to your mansion or wherever, and the 3 of you make a Thanksgiving dinner. Spend a moment together. I smell divorce. I smell a divorce. I smell that she's trying to save face because she knows that we'll be judging if she gets one more divorce. Only we'll judge for 30 seconds, Kim, and then we'll move on. There's so much other stuff to talk about. Then just, it's not always all about you. See her? And I know he's designing a new sneaker and he was over in Paris working on that, but don't you think he should have jumped on something private and come back? Clap if you think that he was supposed to be, yeah. And by the way, this is just me talking, but you might agree. In my opinion, if you don't spend major holidays with your significant other and your child, something's rotten in the relationship. So, I will say it again, and then just clap if you agree. I smell a divorce. That's all. Kanye West, you know, the one day I don't have a reading card out here to wipe my lipstick. The gloss is all over my front teeth, and I just, That's it, it's fixed. Listen, Kanye West is really, well, putting in work for Kim, but also putting work before Kim. Now I'll explain. Well, he joined Kim and North on a family outing to something kiddish. But he only stayed for 30 minutes, and then he left. And reportedly, Kim was furious and felt very humiliated in front of her friends. Like her makeup artist was there, and Brittany Gastineau and her mom, and you know, some of their friends that have kids, look, Sierra and their kid, and you know, it was a whole gang. Now, mind you, this wouldn't be so bad to me, in my opinion, if he would put in family time outside of this particular occasion. Like, when you miss Thanksgiving with your wife and your daughter, that's bad. You've only been married for 207 days. Excuse me? It's true. Which, 207 days, you know, you're still supposed to be in the honeymoon phase. That would be 6 months and 3 days. 207 days, and he spends more time with his special friend in Paris than he does with his wife, you know, who he wanted so much. But, you know, it's like any trophy. You want it, you get it, and it really has got to do something other than look good on the shelf. It's got to serve a purpose. I just feel as though he's probably bored with her. Like, he got what he wanted, and now that's that. And I think that she is not just an acquisition to him, but something on his mantle of collections, do you know? This is not the way a husband is supposed to treat his wife or his daughter. And for her, I think that she's deeply embarrassed by marrying this madman, and she doesn't want to be embarrassed to, well, I've said this before, it feels as though she doesn't want to be married to him anymore, probably, but she's so embarrassed that we're going to say something, and we will. But guess what? Guess what? We'll say something for all of 30 seconds. Even the most scandalous of hot topics only holds our attention for about 30 seconds, right? Because believe it or not, outside of hot topics and being nosy, we all have lives, and they don't center around following celebrities and keeping up on everything going on. I mean, you know, this is my job, but when I leave here, believe me, I'm not thinking about Kim K and what the hell's going on. Now, look, back to family night at the Kitty joint. Okay. You know, I love being a mother. I beg to be a mother. You know, I had 2 5-month miscarriages, 2 girls. They're in the crossroads. I'll see them another time. But no, I'm over it. I mean, not over it. You never get over it, but I'm able to share it and not break down like I used to. So, you know, we begged to have a little Kev, and you know, when he was a goober, we'd take him like to the ice shows and, you know, the circus and, you know, the Shrek movies and all that. Can I be perfectly honest with you? I do not miss those years. No, sir. Like, we would go to places to see, like, Thomas the Tank Engine. There's this place in Jersey, like that with those balls in there, and I mean, I would sit like I was interested, but can I just tell you, 14 is challenging, but I'll take 14 over 4 any day. I mean, and we used to go to the movies, you know, to the kiddie movies and stuff, and I literally would always, this is horrible, but he's in school, don't tell him. Look, I would always have him sitting on this side of me because I part my hair when I wear a side part. I make a deep side part over here, pull that hair over, 30 seconds into the movie, as long as I'm holding his hand, you know. And he would be none the wiser. And if I could take him to like one of those kiddie things, you know, in the Saturday afternoon at the big arenas and stuff and leave after 30 minutes and strap him in his chair, I would have done that too. So the idea of Kanye leaving after 30 minutes does not upset me. You know, I mean, he did leave for work. He went to go work on some documentary or something like that, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. None of the other women had their men there, and I think that that's perfectly fine. What isn't fine is that his behavior is consistent ever since he's been married, which he spends no time with his wife, no time with his family. He's a madman, he's egomaniacal, and Kim, you don't have to stay married to impress us. We're not impressed. By the way, and I don't know whether you've noticed, but this is the first year that there is no Kardashian Christmas card. Well, most of them have fled the family. Bruce is busy transitioning. Hold on. You know, Rob is busy still eating. And he's self-conscious. It's not me. They fat shame in that family. You know, that's why he didn't go to Kim's wedding. They fat shame. So, you know, this is not me talking. This is my observation. Kendall is busy avoiding the family so she can have a modeling career. Kylie is busy with Tyga, her overaged boyfriend for her underage self. Who else? Oh, Lamar has left the building. French Montana he's not card worthy. I mean, but, and Kanye probably wouldn't want Kim or the little girl involved with the Christmas card, and he wouldn't do it himself. So therefore, this is the first year that there is no Kardashian Christmas card. How do you feel about that? Kardashian announced that she's pregnant. Let's talk about it. Okay. I think she just announced that this morning. I didn't hear about that last night. I heard about it this morning. Well, already conspiracy theorists are out there saying that they're saying, first of all, that they could possibly be using a surrogate from Thailand, who allegedly is living in Kanye's Manhattan Beach home. And they're also alleging that Kim will buy prosthetics to baby up for every month. I know. Look, I don't want this to be true. I honestly, and look, we'll all find out eventually when she starts to show, because we all know if you've had a baby that it's not just the stomach that gets bigger, the ankles, you know. Some women get a big nose, right? A double chin, like a whole woman's body changes, so it's going to be very, very hard for us to fool her. Kim was very honest about not liking being pregnant with baby North, who, by the way, the baby is so precious, it was definitely worth it, okay? Baby's cute. Oh, oh. Stunning little girl. Anyway, but, you know, Kim has been very honest, almost brutally honest about how she hated being pregnant. Although, I prefer that than women who lie about it and say, oh, it's wonderful and it's fabulous. It's hell. Okay? Something tells me that she's not the type, I'm trying to play devil's advocate. She's not the type to want more than one because of how it turns your body out and because her body is her fortune. She seems like the type to want to keep it intact. And being that she didn't have a beautiful experience being pregnant with North, I could see her. Ladies, have you ever tricked your man into something? It could be something as simple as telling him there's no walnuts in the cake, but really there just something, providing he's not allergic. Have you ever like told him that you have your period when you really don't, just so that you can have your time to yourself? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so what I'm thinking is, Kim has been on TV talking about how she's having a very difficult time getting pregnant. It's no secret. She's back and forth to the doctors. She also seems like the type who might be able to get pregnant, but she's using that woman's trickery that you know what I mean? And so now it's down to, allegedly, is she really pregnant or do they have a surrogate? Well, only time will tell. Good luck. All right, it all started when Kanye West wanted to change the title of his new album from Swishy. Now, let's just stop right there. Do I recall me talking to you about what a dumb title? Swishy? Not good. So I think that he watches Hot Topics, in my mind, or his friends do. And then they realize, you know what, Kanye, maybe Swishy isn't right. So then he changed the name of his album to Waves. Now, well, Wiz went on Twitter calling Kanye disrespectful to the rapper Max B, who's currently incarcerated, but Max B created wave music. That's what Max B would call it. And it's wave is not just music. It's kind of like, all right, I don't do this anymore, but I remember how it felt. You know when you smoke your weed and you just feel, and then you just feel so chill and mellow, you just feel like wave. Well, wave is, you know, a lifestyle, and it's also, you know, music. In other words, wave, cool. So that's all Wiz was saying, in my opinion. He wasn't, you know, calling out Kanye in a bad way. He was just saying, don't try to take this word and think that some of us from, you know, hip hop and other lifestyles don't recall that wave was invented by Max B. And just because Max B's in jail, don't think that there's some people who won't call you out on it. You're not that guy. So, all right. So here's a breakdown. This is Wiz's tweet, just period. All right, he goes, please don't take the wave. Max B is the wavy one. He created the wave. There is no wave without him. hit this KK and become yourself. Now, hold on. Now, to the naked eye, you might think that Wiz was throwing shade at Kim Kardashian. But no, no, no. KK is Khalifa Kush. That's... See what I'm saying? So the sentence totally makes sense. He says, hit this KK and become yourself. In other words, you know... But Kanye thought that he was talking about Kim and flew into a 24-hour Twitter rant. Nobody in the Hot Topics Bureau got sleep last night because, you know, it's their job to follow these stories even if they have to stay up for 24 hours. And he did a very good job. I know. Okay. So... Kanye then goes on and attacks Wiz Khalifa, like ranting like a schoolgirl. Here's what he says. Don't ever come out of the side of your neck at me. Now, first of all, who talks to a grown man like that? Okay? And side of your neck, that's how girls talk. Guys don't talk like that. Hold on, there's more. I am your OG. For people who don't know, that means original gangster. An OG is somebody like, you know, like Oprah's an OG in talk. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Okay. I am your OG. This is Kanye still talking at Wiz. I will be respected as such. Who are you talking to? Okay, no, hold on, there's more. No one I know has ever listened to one of your albums all the way through. Hold on. Then Kanye goes on to say, you let a stripper trap you. Let's see. I know there's more. I've got commentary in between. Okay. The idea that he's going after Wiz like this is crazy. The idea that he's talking about Amber being a stripper, you're not saying anything that she hasn't admitted herself. As a matter of fact, Kanye, you're the one who gave this stripper her come up. And by the way, we recall meeting your wife on her back. No, hold on. I didn't get out of bed for nothing this morning. There's more. Gosh, I was feeling terrible before the show, physically speaking, but all of a sudden, everything is good. I feel fine. Oh. I feel fine. Oh. Okay, come on, let's go. Okay, Kanye to Wiz, still. I know you mad every time you look at your child that this little girl got you, or that this girl got you for 18 years. Okay, so now Kanye is bringing in not just Amber, but the baby boy, Baby Bash. Let's continue. So by this time, it's like, what, 3 o'clock in the morning? Look, he goes, you wouldn't have a child if it wasn't for me. Now, hold on. You know he's talking about because Kanye and Amber were together, and then when Kanye and Amber broke up, that released Amber to start dating other people, so Amber's now with Wiz Khalifa. Kanye, you are a woman. What is going on? Hold on, there's more. I can't read them all to you. I just have the juicy, I mean, there's a lot that I can't even say on TV because I've said so much on the radio, but you didn't want to listen back then. Hold on, I'll get back to that comment in a moment. Then Kanye says, You own waves, I own your child. Yes, he did, Suzanne.
Oh, this has gone too far. This has gone too far.
Stars and garters, it sure has. Hold on. But the cherry on top of the entire cake is Amber's tweet. Amber shut it down, and then Kanye started deleting stuff and backpedaling and being nice to both Wiz and Amber through the social media. Here's what Amber says. You gotta listen close. Oh, Kanye West, are you mad I'm not around to play in your beep anymore? Hashtag fingers in the booty. You know, quite frankly, you know, I was telling you I wasn't feeling so well this morning. I almost wasn't going to come to work, but I realized that this top story had to be told from an OG in the whole booty play war. And I'm not gonna say anything about Kanye, and what people wanna do behind closed doors is their business, but I am embarrassed for Kim Kardashian. I'm not gonna even call you West, because clearly that's not a real marriage. Anytime your man is out there fighting with another man and bringing up his ex, like, why is Kanye still talking about Amber? What kind of respect or lack thereof does he have about his new son, Saint, and his daughter? And why are you talking like that? So I'm embarrassed for Kim, but Kim, you know, I think that you're more into the image of what it looks like to be married to what you think is a man than anything else. I'm embarrassed for you. This is shameful. That's number one. And number two, gosh. No, you know what I'm exhausted by? I'm exhausted because anybody who knows me from radio knows that since 1990, I have been talking to you all about what goes on allegedly behind some men's, and you all, I've been suspended without pay. I've been left for dead on the turnpike. You all have thrown tomatoes at me. But I know. But I'm just saying. So now, the idea that all you all want to talk about, you know, what goes on and everything, I am so exhausted with it. This is like such a stupid story to me. I mean, I'm doing it for you, but this is nothing but the same broken record that Wendy's been talking about since forever. No judgments, just saying. So Kim and Kanye are having a third child. Well, they've hired a surrogate, and reportedly they're paying her, they went through an agency, the proper channel, and they're paying her $45,000 a month. Excuse me, no, in total. Look, spread out over 10 months. And then if by chance she has twins, she'll get an extra $5,000 per kid. Something's not right. The agency is getting paid almost $70,000. That's their fee. But the woman will get the, like I was telling you, the $45,000 plus the extra $5,000 if she has multiples. You know, my thing is that the surrogate is opening herself up to virtually a lifetime of grief. You know, she's only housing the baby. It's not her baby, but she is, you know how you connect. I don't care whose baby you house. When you're laying up there in the bed, throwing up and craving, you know, oysters and eel. There is a connection then to this baby and thus a connection to the family. And I feel like this woman will be followed for the rest of her life by the paparazzi, beginning now. Beginning now. Like, she's gonna have to stay in the house. You know, and the thing with, they're gonna dive into her personal life. I don't know whether the surrogate is black, white, I have no idea. We don't know anything, but we'll continue to dig. But she's opening herself to a lifetime of interest that some people don't necessarily want in their life. And I wonder if she's gonna be a surrogate who Kim and Kanye keep in their lives, like Sarah Jessica Parker. Yeah, SJP, they still are in contact. Remember when she was on the show, she said it. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I couldn't do the surrogate thing, you know, because I would not want, I could not do it. Because I would want the baby, here's your money, and go on about your business. But oftentimes it doesn't happen like that. I watch a lot of Lifetime, I see what goes down. My thought is, because Kim is a very, very sweet woman, my thought is, even though the agency, because they say $45,000 spread out like that is a normal fee. But these are the West, and they have more money than that. My thought is, every time Kim goes to see her, which, by the way, Kim, that should be in the West Wing of your home. If I had a surrogate, I wouldn't even let her live in her house. I'd be drug testing her, urine testing her every single day. You know what I mean? You know? You can live in my house. My cook will cook food for you. My nursing staff and everybody, we're gonna make this right. Oh, and by the way, here's your new Rolex. In the envelope with a, $20,000 tip. Stay good. Yeah, she's got it. Why not? Why not? I don't believe the second baby was more of Kim's idea, because, she had that situation when she had Saint, yes. So physically speaking, she's just like, I'm checked out. And 2 kids is good, especially you get a boy and a girl, perfect. But Kanye, I believe, is the one who wanted the 3rd one. So by any means necessary, so that's what they've done. Congratulations to all 3 parties. I mean, Kanye, we all know you're not well. So just get better, but don't talk. Because when you talk, a lot of times you make no sense. So he went on this wild rant yesterday, slamming 3 celebrities who talked about his wife. Oh. Well, I don't know who he thinks he married. Hello? All right, you take a look and then we'll talk.
First of all, I want to address Nick Cannon. Like, I understand that you used to date my wife, but you get in an interview, don't mention my wife. If someone brings my wife up, you say, hey, I respect that man, I'm not speaking on that. Don't be making no suggestions like nobody my wife. Now, the next thing is with Drake. The fact that it's people making rumors or thinking that you my wife and you're not saying nothing and you carrying it like that don't sit well with my spirit. Nick Cannon, Drake, Tyson Beckford. All that wasn't sitting right with me.
I have no idea where Tyson came out of. Until I remembered that a few weeks ago, Tyson went on a tear saying that he doesn't care about her body, it's not real. Like, he went on this whole plastic fake Kim thing. And Exhibit A. Anyway, and by the way, that obviously was in Chicago underneath the subway. He obviously was very out of breath while talking. And he got mad at a recent interview that Nick did talking about dating Kim. And to me, once somebody is part of your past, there's no problem talking about it. That's your truth. You knew. Dude, you knew who she was on that episode of Kardashians when they were downtown at the Dash store and it was empty, and you walked in and she said, Mr. West is in the building. Remember? At that point, I was like, At the time, though, you were married to Chris Dumfrey. I know his name. She was married to Chris and entertaining Mr. West is in the building. So, not for nothing, here's Nick talking about his experience with Kim.
Did she have plastic surgery when you guys were dating?
Nah, we used to talk about it. I used to tell her no.
Okay, so you were dating her before anything.
From what I think, like she never, to me, what she
was always voluptuous. You could look old.
For someone who you probably thought you didn't know she was half Armenian or whatever, like, yo, that white girl got ass.
And you know what? At the time, Kim, I do believe that this is all natural. This is natural Kim, naturally beautiful, naturally full every place, but she's just done the most now, and she really didn't have to. And as far as Nick, at the time that they were dating, Kim was, she was a Kardashian from a family, but she was still cleaning out Nicki and Paris Hilton's closets. Remember, she was one of those closet chambermaids. You know, cleaning out the clothes, giving to Goodwill, doing them by size and colors and stuff like that. She was the closet girl. And so now she's out with Nick, and if you recall, there's a picture that we have of them when they were paparazzi'd. Nick had a gigantic Phantom with the suicide doors, you know, sitting in front of the hot dog stand with Kim. And I know Kim was probably like, oh my gosh, okay. Maybe the thing with the Jackson boy for prom didn't work out. But this here could really work out. And Nick was popular. We knew Nick, we didn't know Kim. We knew Nick, we didn't know Kim. Kanye, you didn't just marry a Kardashian, you married the queen of the dance. And everyone's gonna keep talking. Right? Yes. We will never let her forget where she came from. Thank you, Ray J. And then the other oh wow, I guess, to you all, but you saw this coming, Kim and Kanye, and I had to, listen, I'm a woman, I'm allowed to change my mind several times within 1 minute. You know, at first I told you all, well, why bother divorcing? You know, we never really believed in love with them anyway. I mean, you know, yeah, I ate the crow, but that was because they had the ceremony. Doesn't mean that I believe the ceremony was real marriage, like how regular people get married. And they, you know, you got bills and kids and you got to fight and stay in the same house and stuff. I believed that this was a marriage made in business. Even Mr. West is in the building. I knew that wasn't real love. That was like, new black man alert, new black man alert. Just saying. By the way, it only took me 28 minutes to eat the half a duck. I was timing myself because it was beautiful in New York yesterday. The sun was out, glistening on the crispy. Anyway, I changed my mind, and my mind is they should get a divorce, and I'm gonna tell you why. A real divorce. Okay. It's going to be eventually very embarrassing to the children. When they grow up, you know, they're not gonna be this small all the time. Children wanna know at least that their parents know how to conduct themselves in sort of a decent manner with each other, regardless of what the public thinks, in a decent manner. Kim should be allowed to go on and make herself available to get married again, legally married with the papers. And by the way, no, I don't think she's messing around with Van Jones. Van don't want none of that. And the word is that Van and his wife are no longer together. But no, these two, they are friends, like me and Norman. No, what? Excuse me? Sorry, Van, I like you too. I like Kim too, but I'm just saying, I don't know who started this. Clap if you believe that they could ever possibly get it in. Joelle, only because you want it to be seen. No. my senior producers, and she produced Cynthia Bailey today. And she said that Cynthia can't wait to get here and tell it like it is regarding her own life. So here's what they do. They both want the house. Kim, you got the house. Now, first of all, she's got the best divorce lawyer ever, the Wasserman woman, who wins for all women out there in California. The house was built by Kanye, so he could say he used all of his money for all the materials and he was there for all the designing and stuff like that. Okay, fine. That's the house that I went to. It's all white inside. It's nice if you like a sterile environment. You know, I like a lot of clutter, you know, my style. But it's a nice house, very well appointed and very private. But the land belonged to Kim even before she met and married this man. Oh. So now you tell me who's smarter, Kanye or Kim? I say, no, because Kim got the land. She gets control of what's on the land. And if I were her, I would give a bulldozer to each one of the kids. And no, I would send them off to play at a friend's house. And I would hire a company and bulldoze the whole house. And I was gonna say build some NYCHA housings there for, you know, because, well,
California.
I mean, California, NYCHA isn't
right. NYCHA.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Some upscale projects where everything works on the property, because she's now for the good of the people, she says. So, but instead, here's what I say, because all your neighbors are complaining you're not zoned for that. Build a lot of kale and vegetables and stuff, and you make sure that you give all that stuff to vegetable markets. When I tell you it's acres and acres, it's not just where the house is. Like when I was there, she showed me, Wendy, it goes back, it goes beyond, it goes beyond the fence, it goes beyond this fence. Yes, it goes up and beyond. So, oh, Kim, you can't ask for full custody of the kids. I mean, I get what you're saying, but because I don't think that he's well. But what I do think is that make him have the illusion that he does have some sort of time with the kids, but you always send security strapped up and somebody from the mental health community, a couple of people, a few, to go and don't crowd him with the kids, but just keep an eye on him with the kids. And he should be allowed to go on, and I don't think he'll ever get married again, but he should be allowed to go on and be single. It shouldn't be like, we caught him kissing on a yacht. It should be like, oh, no, that's his new boyfriend, or that's his, you know, boo for the night, or whatever. Yeah, no, I mean, he knows guys. I didn't mean kissing guys. I meant kissing women, but he makes music, and his music, he likes his guy squad. You know what?
Leave me out of this. Get the camera off of me.
I want to ask you a favor. While
what are you about to say?
While we're waiting for lunch, you know, in between, because it's a late day here, can you please look up Jeffree Star?
Okay.
Get me his number immediately. Now, Jeffree Star is a good friend of Kanye's, and Jeffree Star is, he loves to party. He's got over 17 million followers on social media. Jeffree Star is worth more money than Kanye, they say. He's got makeup, and I've never heard of Jeffree Star makeup. I only know Jeffree Star, who dresses in various hairs, and you know, he's like thin, like twink thin.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's thin, and he's got really loose lips. And he does a lot of, and he spends a lot of time in Wyoming, which is where Kanye, that's all I'm saying, is where Kanye likes to stay. Norman?
Don't look at me.
Okay. But Kanye went on social media yesterday and said, it's over, or free at last. What was his quote?
Kanye or Jeffree?
Kanye.
Kanye? I don't know what his quote was.
No, Jeffree's already said a lot.
I don't think Kanye said much since this story
That's
broke.
not much if you do 3 words. It is over.
Right.
Anyway, you know, congratulations on your divorce. Jeffree, please stop being so messy. Jeffree's like, you should come to Wyoming. It's beautiful here. The mountains are big. Yes! And he's got his own plane. So he doesn't have to wait for Kanye to say, you know, get out. He can just walk outside, the driver is there, take me up to the sky and off to the next place. So Kanye, everybody, has moved out of the house. Apparently, Kim is in,
Turks and Caicos.
I was gonna say the place where Lisa Ray.
Ray is the first lady, the former first lady.
Right. So Kim is in the Turks and Caicos with all of the children. And the word on the curb is that Kanye and Kim do not speak with each other. They do not want to be around each other. And this is all coming from People Magazine, so you know if People Magazine says it, it's got to be true. You know what I mean? Kim will probably file for divorce, according to People, when the show, the last season, which they just finished filming, it'll air in March, and then she'll talk about it behind the scenes. So they'll have TV coverage as well as behind the scenes coverage, which is great. That's what the family does. They were married for 7 years. They put up with each other. And Kanye went there to the house while she was not there. And there he is getting off the plane from Wyoming with, you know, his guys were probably there in Wyoming with him. And he picked up a bunch of stuff, including 500 pair of sneakers. His, and his. I mean, people love Yeezys. They both have so much money. I don't really see this as being a fight. If anything, the fight would be in paternity court, because if I were Kim, I wouldn't trust Kanye with him alone, because he's got, you know, a tick boom. He's way worse than Lamar. And if I were him, I wouldn't want the kids to be with her all the time, because Kim is to the point where, you know, she gets naked and does everything for us, you know, people who watch, her fans, her brands, her moisturizers, her Skims, all that stuff that she has. And she's got to keep doing that stuff. But the kids are getting too old to see their mom, you know, jumping on a plane and going to the Turks and Caicos for a photo shoot. Not that that's what she's doing right now, but I just use that as an example. You know, she has a particular kind of lifestyle, and I just think her children are too old for that. And if I were Kanye, I wouldn't want them to be with her all the time either. So somebody in that family, you don't have all those sisters for nothing, and Rob, you don't have all them for nothing, and Chris, who loves her grandchildren, but she's busy with Corey. In your 50s, why should you suffer? And then the other big story over the weekend was that it's official that Kim and Kanye have filed for divorce. Apparently, she was the one who filed, and I guess he's going along with it. And she's got one of the best divorce attorneys for a woman. She's over in LA. So they have 4 children, and they're gonna share custody of the kids. See, that, to me, that's the setup right there. I wouldn't think that he'd be good with 4 young children, or even 1 at a time. You know, he's moved out. He lives now in Wyoming. The word is that once he came and got his stuff out of the place where they live in Calabasas, that she changed the locks, and she lives there with the kids. And I don't know, I wouldn't try. He went off the rails, and he's still not right, Kanye. And the kids are very impressionable, and Kanye says that he thinks that the final straw with Kim was when he was running for president. Take a look.
She said she was pregnant, and for 1 month, and 2 months, and 3 months, we talked about her not having this child. She had the pills in her hands. The people know these pills where you take the pills, and if you take it, it's a wrap. The baby's gone.
He's not a fit parent right now. Anyway, they have a combined worth, they say, of $2.1 billion. They also have a prenuptial agreement that both of them are going to honor. They say this is not gonna really be a problem. She can go off and still do really well in business, or whatever she wants to do, you know? I mean, she's got her lane, you know, so even she has limitations, but her limitations pretty much, I'm trying to think of what would her limitations be?
Nope.
Nothing.
None.
Any money that she loses over being with him, she'll make that back quickly. She'll get married again. This is her 3rd marriage. She'll get married again. There'll be somebody who'll want to be a part of it. Sign here. You know, but there'll be somebody who'll want to be a part of it. And, you know, I think hopefully she'll be tasteful in explaining to the children why there's always, you know, an army of people around whenever they visit their father. You know, it's touchy. And she's different than the girls in Atlanta, by the way, because we've always known, like we met her on her back or on all fours, right? We met her on all fours, so she's not, if anything, she's made it work for her. Right. You know?
A pioneer.
So far, so good with the co-parenting. You know, I figured they'd be able to work it out somehow, some way. It's not that hard. They got all those cute kids, Kim and Kanye. All right, well, here's what's happening. We've already told you that she owns the land that their massive mansion is on. But he's the one who designed it, built it, used his money, built it. So now it's come down that Kim is going to get to keep the house in the divorce, because it's best for the kids. The kids already know the house. The house is really beautiful. That's the one that I went to. It's really, really beautiful. It's all white inside. And I wouldn't, you know, unless she wanted to, I wouldn't do it. It's just like that, like sterile, white. It might not be for you. It wasn't for me, but it worked for them. And the kids were very well behaved. You know, I didn't see like handprints every place, like how we'd be in a house like that, you know? But you know, the kids are of a particular age now, and that's the only thing that they know is as home. And considering the family that they're involved with, they need as much stability as possible. So, you know, Kanye, you did the right thing. Just give her the mansion. Kim is so over it, because there are a lot of us who could not live in the home where we raised the family. There'd be too much, you know, you get up and you go to the bathroom and you're brushing your teeth and you look over and you say, just like that's where he used to brush his teeth or whatever. I know I'd be that person that, no, I couldn't do that. But Kim has so much going on with her life. She probably has her new boyfriend now as we speak. Well, why sit around and let grass grow green? Under her life. You know, so anyway, that's the update with them. He'll probably, you know, go out to Wyoming and build something massive or whatever. And look, he's gonna go on and have a life, but first, he's got to get right. Yes, he's got to get right and then go on and have a life and get back to the music that's our favorite Kanye music, which is like, you know, the beginning. Yeah. So on the series finale of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which I missed on Thursday because I was at Scotto's, Kim opened up as to why she was unhappy in her marriage with Kanye. Take a look.
And
I get it. You know, she's a very likable woman. I do believe that she was speaking to her mother in her own truth. And, you know, 40 is a big deal. You know, when you turn 40 and you look around and you say, okay, I've got all this money and the success and the children and stuff, but I want to watch Housewives with my husband. And, you know, watching TV is very important in a relationship. You know, Kim, she's just like us. You know, watching TV is important. You know, going to the market and, you know, buying plums is important. Sitting around and, you know, making breakfast, just in the house, like those things are so important. The simple things mean a lot. Yeah. That's kind of like the kind of stuff that me and Deb were talking about in the suite, is that, you know, the simple, after a while in life, simple things mean more than the big things. So right after the finale, Kanye unfollowed the whole family and Kim on social media. That doesn't bother me. You know, it's probably, he's still working on himself, you know, and, you know, Kanye's a bit of an odd fellow. And, you know, along with not being able to take him to the market without him wearing weird clothes, and, or a devil mask.
Right.
You know. Okay, so that's that.